So they posted a Christmas list to Mike Brown of what Bengals fans want from Mike Brown, and they didn't sell the team on there. They forgot to put that one on there because I think they know everyone would vote for that. Anyway, no. On the real note, though, these are the options that they have available. They do have other comments below. Obviously, sell the team will probably be the first comment. But number one, re-sign T and Jamar. Okay. Number two, hire more scouts. No, just fire Duke Tobin. Fire Duke Tobin, get a GM in here who knows what the hell he's doing, and he'll bring in his own scouts. He'll bring in his own staff. He'll bring in all his own stuff. You know, that's pretty much that. How is that fire Zach Taylor not on here? Like, I'm like, God, who made this list? CincinnatiJungle.com, bro. There are so many different things we could say on this list. Okay, improve the coaching staff. Okay, I guess that means fire Zach Taylor, fire Frank Pollock. I mean, okay. Sign a star in free agency, and then other and below comments. Here's my Christmas list. I agree. Resign T and Jamar. Number one. I agree with that. I think that's very logical. Number two, fire Duke Tobin. Get an actual GM in here. Put Zach Taylor in an advisor role where he has no control and no power. And have the GM who comes in here actually hire coaches and offense and defense coordinators. I would say keep Lou, but that depends on what the GM wants to do. Get a GM with a good track record of drafting. Ironically enough, Joe Douglas, who just got fired from the Jets, he actually has a pretty damn good track record of drafting. Just saying. You know, maybe, honestly, here's what's funny. And I know this is ironic, but Joe Douglas as GM, Robert Saleh as defensive coordinator, not head coach, but as defensive coordinator, which is what he's good at. He's great at defense. Robert Saleh at defense. Or actually, you know what? Oh man, there's so many options here. I feel like we're going all Jets here. Because there's also a situation where you could put Rex Ryan at defense coordinator. Like, just get coaches and give them their job based on what they're good at. Don't try to make them head coaches. Don't try to make them GMs. Just give them what they're good at. Rex is so good at defensive coordinator. But again, there's options there, okay? So, fire Duke Tobin. That's number two. The scouts, that crap will get figured out with, getting a new GM. Improve the coaching staff. Well, that's kind of piggybacking off number two, so I have to fix and change number three. My number three is going to be actually spend money on defense. Not just blah, 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 blah. No, spend money on defense. And don't go out there and do this stupid, we're going to spend all of our money on one free agent, and that's that. No. I don't like the sign a star in free agency. How about instead of signing a star, you sign capable starters on this team? I don't want everything to be relying on one player hitting or not. Because guess what? We did that with Geno Stone. Went out there and signed Geno Stone because he was supposed to be the star. How did that work out? We went out there and signed Orlando Brown Jr. Spent all the money just because he was supposed to be the star. How did that work out? Clearly, starting a star is not fixing it because all you're doing is taking a piece of poop and putting a star on it and saying, here you go. On a real note, though, I'm joking there. Orlando Brown Jr. is not a piece of poop, and neither is... Orlando Brown Jr. is not a poop, okay? He's not a piece of poop. Anyway, so as I was saying, no, stop this signing star in free agency. That is such a stupid comment because all that does is propel the fact of every single player, no matter what system, they're going to be a star. No, unless Myles Garrett, TJ Watt is in free agency, I'm sorry, but there's no stars. There's good players who have made good careers, but it doesn't mean they're going to work wherever they freaking go. Doesn't mean that. It's very difficult for a player to be at the best of the best, to be a star, and then go somewhere else and also be a star if they're not already the best player in the NFL. We have seen players before go from one system to another and they suck. And you're like, whoa, this guy was so good. Look at Josh Norman. Josh Norman was the best cornerback possible in Carolina. The best of the best. He left Carolina and he looked like trash. He looked like garbage. Because he was a star, though. No, he wasn't. He was a great system player in a great system. Just because you take a player and you put him somewhere else doesn't mean they're going to be a star. They could be a star somewhere because everything is lined up correctly. You could be a great slot third receiver when you have two number ones at either side of you. Tyler Boyd looks a lot better in Cincy than he did in Tennessee. Okay? Stop that crap of sign a star. How about we actually spend some money on defense and sign capable starters that can help us out? Let's build this team. Instead of spending $70 million on one player, let's spend $10 million on 7 players. That's my next one. And also, get offensive line depth, please. Like, is that really hard to do? To actually get backups to backups? I'm not saying you have to go out there and spend money and get the best offensive line, no. But when Cody Ford is considered acceptable, when Devin Cochran is considered acceptable, you know you have a problem. You know you have a problem. When those guys are considered acceptable, no. Even Amazon, who their like renewal process, right? Renewal policy, they have acceptable, good condition, premium renewal, whatever. Bro, they wouldn't put Cody Ford even in acceptable. They say poor condition. Same thing with Devin Cochran. And you're using that to protect the $250 or $270 million quarterback. Stop it. Make yourself look bad. When you make yourself look bad, you make us look bad. Stop it with that crap. Fire Frank Pollock. I know you might say, well, isn't that also like technically with the whole... No. That needs to be a separate entity. That is a separate thing. Okay? You know how like Christmas, you have all your gifts lined up, right? And sometimes you have a couple gifts in one box. You know, it's a couple small things. No. Fire Frank Pollock is the console in a box under the tree. That console you've always wanted since you've been a little snapper wapper, right? That is Fire Frank Pollock. Because it's been 2 years. 2 years I've been saying to fire him. And 2 years he hasn't happened. 2 years of my writing Santa. I've been sending it to the North Pole. I just want him fired. And honestly, at this point, it's not even acceptable just to fire him. I want a... Okay, no, I can't say that. I want a press conference where he gets fired. But I don't want any reporters to ask any questions. I want it to just be absolute silent. Because they love messing up the mics anyway. I want to be absolute silent for like 5 minutes. And that's what I want from Fire Frank Pollock. Listen. At the end of the day, none of this is going to happen. So, God bless everyone. And a Happy New Year! I'm not crying. Mike Brown is. He had to pay money.